Right now, as you are watching this, an Arctic blast is barreling toward a collision with a wall of warm, moist air. And when these two air masses crash into each other this weekend, the result is going to be ugly. We are talking two back-to-back winter storms, a freezing rain threat that could knock out power to millions, and then just days later, the entire weather pattern across America flips upside down. Severe storms, flooding rain, temperatures swinging 60 degrees in 48 hours. 60 degrees. Let that sink in. Now, here is what I need from you. Drop a comment right now with your city and state. I am going to be updating forecasts throughout the week, and I want to make sure your area gets covered. Do that right now before you forget, and stick with me, because at the 5-minute mark, I am going to break down exactly which 70-plus cities are in the crosshairs for the most dangerous part of this pattern change. You do not want to miss that. So let us get right into it. This weekend, a massive band of moisture is going to roll over the Rockies and slam right into an Arctic high-pressure system building down from Saskatchewan and Alberta. That combination is rare, and it is what makes this forecast so tricky. This is not your typical low-pressure system like we saw back in mid-January. This is completely different. The moisture is riding underneath the cold air, and that means instead of just snow, we are looking at a dangerous freezing rain corridor developing right along the boundary between these two air masses. Here is the timing. Saturday afternoon into Saturday night, the first wave hits. Light to moderate snowfall develops across the northern plains, Minnesota, Wisconsin, the Dakotas, a coating to maybe 2 inches in heavier bands. Nothing crazy yet. But wait, Sunday is when things get interesting. A second surge of Pacific moisture comes over the Rockies, and this one has more juice. By Sunday evening, around 6 p.m. Central Time, a growing area of snow, sleet, and freezing rain starts expanding across the Central Plains in the Midwest. Kansas City, you are right in the bullseye for the start of this. Des Moines, Omaha, Lincoln, you are seeing snow breaking out Sunday night. Northern Missouri, Iowa, southern Nebraska all getting hit. Now here is what nobody tells you about storms like this. The freezing rain is the real threat, not the snow. A 1/4 inch of ice on power lines weighs about 500 pounds per span. That is enough to snap them. And right now, models are showing a narrow but dangerous corridor of freezing rain developing from the Central Plains all the way into the Mid-Atlantic. By Monday morning, the snow has spread into Chicago, Indianapolis, central Illinois, southern Indiana, Columbus, Ohio. We are talking 2 to 4 inches across the Midwest. Indianapolis picks up a few inches, but the real mess is the wintry mix behind it. Cincinnati, you are looking at sleet and freezing rain mixing in. Louisville, same story. Northern Kentucky, expect a nasty icy mix Monday into Monday evening. And then the storm system gets complicated, because by Monday afternoon, a new surge of moisture pushes in from the west, and the cold air is getting reinforced just enough to keep things frozen across the Mid-Atlantic. Monday evening, here is the picture. Washington, D.C., snow. Baltimore, snow mixing with sleet. Philadelphia, a wintry mix moving in. Pittsburgh, moderate snow. Charleston, West Virginia, solid winter weather. The GFS model actually shows over 6 inches of snow for Virginia and surrounding areas. Now, I am not fully buying that number yet, but it tells you the potential is there. Tuesday, March 3rd, this is when it peaks for the Northeast. And do not skip ahead because this part matters. Tuesday morning, a solid icy mix develops across Pennsylvania. New York City gets a thumping of snow that tries to switch over to ice. Boston starts with snow, then transitions toward rain eventually. But Upper New England, Portland, Maine, Burlington, Vermont, Manchester, New Hampshire, you stay all snow. Several inches possible. The good news? This is nothing like that nor Easter we just had a week ago. Not even close in terms of intensity. But here is the twist. This storm has a much bigger ice component, and ice is always more dangerous than snow. Always. Now let me give you the city-by-city breakdown I promised. Here we go. Minneapolis, 2 to 4 inches of snow starting Saturday night. Milwaukee, 1 to 3 inches Sunday into Monday. Green Bay, 2 to 4 inches. Madison, similar. Chicago, 1 to 3 inches Monday morning, could be slushy. Detroit, light snow Monday, maybe an inch or two. Cleveland, 2 to 4 inches Monday into Tuesday. Toledo, same window. Akron, Canton, expecting a couple inches with some sleet mixed in. Indianapolis, 3 to 5 inches Sunday night through Monday. Columbus, Ohio, 2 to 4 inches. Dayton, wintry mix, mostly snow. Cincinnati, the icy mix zone, sleet and freezing rain Monday. St. Louis, 1 to 3 inches with rain taking over quickly. Kansas City, snow first Sunday evening, then transitioning. Springfield, Missouri, light snow turning to ice. Columbia, Missouri, similar setup. Des Moines, 2 to 4 inches Sunday night. Omaha, Lincoln, 2 to 3 inches. Sioux Falls, a solid 3 to 5 inches Saturday night into Sunday. Fargo, lighter amounts but gusty winds, now the East Coast. Pay attention. Washington, D.C., 1 to 3 inches of snow Monday night into Tuesday, mixing with sleet. Baltimore, 2 to 4 inches, then switching to ice. Philadelphia, wintry mix starting Monday evening, snow accumulating 1 to 3 inches before the changeover. New York City, snow Tuesday morning, 2 to 4 inches, switching to a mix by afternoon. Newark, same forecast. Hartford, Connecticut, 3 to 5 inches. Providence, 2 to 4. Boston starts as snow, could see 3 to 5 inches before switching to rain Tuesday afternoon. Portland, Maine, 4 to 6 inches, staying all snow. Burlington, Vermont, similar. Albany, New York, 3 to 5 inches. Syracuse, Rochester, Buffalo, lake effect could bump totals higher, 4 to 7 inches possible. Pittsburgh, 3 to 5 inches. Scranton, 3 to 5. Down south, the cold air damming situation is real. Richmond, Virginia, snow and ice mix, could see 2 to 4 inches of snow plus a glaze of ice. Roanoke, 3 to 5 inches. Norfolk, wintry mix. Raleigh, North Carolina, freezing rain possible Tuesday morning. Charlotte, right on the edge. Asheville, snow, possibly 3 to 4 inches. Now here is where the story takes a massive turn. And honestly, this is the part that has my attention the most. Do not miss what comes next. By Tuesday into Wednesday, the entire weather pattern across America flips. The jet stream, which has been dipping south, bringing us all this cold air, suddenly lifts way up to the north, and a massive ridge builds over the eastern United States. What does that mean for you? It means spring arrives basically overnight. Temperatures that were in the 20s and 30s on Monday will be in the 50s and 60s by Thursday. Some spots along the East Coast could see record-breaking warmth by the end of next week. Chicago goes from snow on Monday to 50s and 60s by the following weekend. Minnesota and Wisconsin could hit the 60s and 70s. That is not a typo. And here is the thing. Wichita Falls, Texas on Sunday will be near 90 degrees while Kansas is sitting in the 30s and 40s. That is a 60-degree temperature difference across just a few hundred miles. That kind of contrast is fuel for severe weather. Starting around March 5th and 6th, the Storm Prediction Center is already flagging a severe weather risk. They have issued a 15% probability, which is basically a slight risk, for Wednesday into Thursday of next week. And this is 6 days out. They almost never do that unless the signal is strong. The threats: large hail, damaging winds, and yes, tornadoes. The target zone right now is the southern plains, eastern Texas, Louisiana, Arkansas, Oklahoma, stretching into the Mississippi Valley. Dew points in the 60s are forecast across this entire region. When dew points hit the 60s, you can feel the humidity, and that moisture is rocket fuel for supercells. But it does not stop there. Between March 6th and March 12th, the Euro Ensemble model, that is 51 different forecast runs averaged together, shows a 6-inch rainfall signal across Arkansas, northeast Texas, Oklahoma, and up into Missouri. That is flooding rain potential. The Weather Prediction Center has issued a rare high risk of heavy precipitation for Arkansas between the 6th and 9th of March. A moderate risk extends across a much broader area. We are talking about the potential for significant flash flooding. Multiple low-pressure systems are going to ride across the country one after another. Wednesday brings storms. Thursday, another round. Friday, another system develops. Next weekend, another one. It is a conveyor belt of storms, and every single one is going to tap into that Gulf moisture and fire it northward. So here is your action plan. This weekend through Tuesday, if you are anywhere from the Central Plains to the Northeast, prepare for winter weather, keep your phone charged, have supplies ready, watch for ice on the roads, especially Monday night and Tuesday morning. Then starting Wednesday of next week, if you are in the Southern Plains, the Deep South, or the Mississippi Valley, severe weather mode kicks in. Know where your nearest shelter is and keep an eye on updates. Now, comment below with your city and state so I can make sure we cover your area in the next update, and share this with someone who might not be prepared. In the next video, I am breaking down the March severe weather outlook in detail. What the long-range models are showing for the second and third weeks of March is something we have not seen in a while. You are going to want to see that. Stay safe. I will see you in the